Good morning, everybody, and happy day 14 of Vlogmas. We're still here. Quick health update. I honestly just have like this nagging cough at night, so it's making sleep not very sleepy. And I pretty much just rolled out of bed, so I'm sure I'm gonna feel more chipper as like the day rolls on. Let's talk about what the plan is for today as I start to put my face on. So today we are doing a Pilates workout from Margaret Elizabeth. Like I said yesterday, she was featured in this video about Pilates that I made last year, and we're like internet friends. Margaret is a certified Pilates instructor who teaches both in person and has a virtual studio that you can join online. And she is a classically trained certified Pilates instructor. The workout that I'm going to be doing today is her Taylor Swift folklore class. She has a whole Taylor Swift series on her website, which are actually only available to her on-demand members, but I got the hookup. So if you want to take these classes, you do have to join her virtual membership, but if you are a Pilates enthusiast, it's a great deal. So I would definitely recommend looking into that. And as a little thank you, I did send her like a little Venmo, grab a coffee or two on me. And I know that I totally could have just like chosen one of her many free workouts on YouTube, but I kind of want to take the opportunity today to talk about the cost in the world of health and fitness, not only from the consumer side, but also from the coach side. From the consumer side, I fully understand like life is expensive. There's so much like free content online in terms of workout and advice. So why would you ever pay for something? I fully believe that health and fitness products and services should be accessible to all people. But on the flip side, I also believe that people deserve to be compensated for their work. If you are actually a coach who has taken the time to get certified, do continuing education, it costs money. So I think the point is just to realize from both sides. Like I have to remind myself from the client side too, like everyone's in a different financial position. And that's why one of the pillars of my business is to make things really affordable. That's why I do put out a lot of free content. Even with my workouts, I upload a free workout to YouTube each month. And I think that's sometimes like why it irks me when people message me and be like, oh, can I like try my first class free? And I send them back the like, playlist of 60 plus workouts that I have on YouTube for free and explain that you can try all of these and see if it's a good fit. And then a lot of times people come back and like, well, no, I want to try this one specific class. It's like, well, then you can pay $10 for it. I recently did that collaboration video with Jamie Falk, which was a ton of fun. I was really excited to just kind of like show behind the scenes of what personal training looks like and some programming stuff and just make it feel less scary to people. And, I did get a number of emails that were just like, oh, I really wanted to work with you, and then I looked at your pricing and like you charge way too much. And number one, we can phrase that differently. Number two, I don't. If you were to look at other trainers in my area, which is New York City, which is definitely a more expensive market, but also looked at trainers anywhere in the country who have the same credentials as me, I'm undercharging. And I do that on purpose. It's because I want to make things more affordable. And luckily, the way that my business is structured, Fit Club memberships can kind of subsidize, I don't want to say the loss that I take from, undercharging for personal training, but like it does work out okay. Anyway, that was a rant. Let's talk about the schedule for today. All right, so it's about 9:20. It looks like it stopped raining finally. So I need to drop off these Christmas presents that I'm mailing. So we're going to go to the UPS store, pay way too much money and ship these out. Then we're going to come back to Margaret's workout. I have an in-person client and then 2 virtual clients. And then we're going to come back, chat about the Pilates workout. I have my dance cardio class tonight. God help me. And then we got to edit this video. I'm feeling okay, but I need to eat something. I need to get my Tamiflu in me, and we got to start like moving for the day. So I will see you in a little bit. We are back. So I want to say right off the bat, I did not put Margaret's video in the corner like I have been in all of these other videos because it is behind a paywall and I thought that was a little disrespectful. But again, Margaret has like hundreds of free workouts on YouTube if you want to see what the vibe is. Also, I went off this morning about paying for things and I apologize. I'm gonna keep it in because I think it's like food for thought, but I also am very empathetic to like people's finances and the cost of living, especially right now. I think it was more coming from a place of like, think before you comment or email someone being like, hey, can I have this exact thing for free? And if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna be upset with you as a small business owner. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the best thing you can do is interact with our content. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that stuff actually really does help. So always remember that what you interact with is a vote for what you want to see more of. Anyway, let's talk about this workout. Was it science-backed and did I enjoy it? I want to read you the description. No equipment today and music is included with class. So if you don't want to listen to Taylor Swift or don't want to hear me singing, these classes may not be for you. This class is a little bit more on the advanced side, but don't let that stop you from trying it. We're working a little bit on inversions at the start and moving into some tabletop balancing work. I know it's been a little bit more than the norm on our wrists lately. Great, so no claims, just like what to expect in the workout. I want to quickly take the time to discuss the difference between Pilates and bar, because a lot of times when people hear that there's music involved, they think that you're going to be moving to the beat of the music, and that's going to depend on the style of workout that you've chosen. Moving to the beat of the music is much more of a bar related concept. In case you've never seen it, I made this video all about bar, and that is definitely a snarky video. I actually went back later and made a whole video talking about how I would make that video different again. Really, my main qualms with bar is more the marketing behind it than the actual practice, but essentially, bar pulls from elements of Pilates, yoga, and ballet. It typically does move to the beat of the music. There's a lot of time in different exercises with a lot of pulsing and a lot of isometric holds. I actually used to teach bar in person and virtually, and honestly, the only reason I don't teach it anymore is because it doesn't really align with what I preach. Really? But if you enjoy it, I think that's awesome. Now, my other internet friends over at the Fit Literate podcast, they did an entire breakdown on the history of bar and the origins of it. So if you want to listen to that and learn more, I will leave it linked below. But essentially today, there is no like overarching bar certification or like governing entity. It really is whatever you want to make of it. Now, on the flip side, Pilates is like an incorporated entity. Like there's a very specific method that you need to get certified in to call yourself a Pilates instructor. There's two main different approaches, more classical, more contemporary, but regardless of what you practice, you do need to have that Pilates certification. And that requires a lot of hours of study. And you know, with the resurgence of popularity of Pilates in the last few years, you definitely see a lot of fitness influencers putting out content that says Pilates, but it's actually not Pilates. Now, Margaret is a certified Pilates instructor, and this workout definitely felt like Pilates. It was slow, it was controlled, it was specific. I also thought that having folklore playing in the background was just like a great way to keep us grounded and focused on intentional movement, especially as we were going through some more difficult sequences like the inversions. So that is just a reminder that music is really powerful. Fun fact about myself, whenever I go to the gym, I actually listen to music more like this than like upbeat stuff, which always surprises people. But it makes sense to me because when I'm strength training, I'm not trying to move the weight quickly. I'm not trying to blast through all of my exercises. I'm trying to stay grounded and present and focus on my form in the moment. And even if we think about heart rate, I don't want my heart rate coming up to that max intensity during strength training. And that's probably why my day list on Spotify is always like depressed, gloomy, horrible Monday afternoon. And then sometimes they just throw the word cat in there for some reason, which like I don't really get, but I also get. Anyway, all that to say, your music choice is going to influence the quality of the movement that you put out with it. That was kind of English. So to wrap all of that up, honestly, in terms of like science-backed, what are we looking at? Is this a Pilates workout? Yeah. There's no gimmicks, it's straightforward, and it was really well programmed. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Let's talk about enjoyment. Okay, I swear I'm not just saying this because she's my friend. I loved this workout. And remember, I am not a Pilates girly. The movement just felt so good. The sequencing was programmed really well, and Margaret was sensitive to the fact that we were on our wrists for a while or taking some more challenging poses and just programmed accordingly. You know, the vibes were like immaculate with folklore playing, and my favorite part, The cueing. That was a real person in real time going through stuff with me, giving me digestible cues, cueing me on when something was difficult, singing along to like the best parts of the songs. It's real, it's not sterile. And I know that a lot of you don't like the verbal cueing and just want to watch somebody and do what they do. And while I do fully respect that, I quite honestly do not understand. But overall, this was like the perfect amount of movement for me today. It was so lovely to have Margaret coaching me. Like, this is someone who really knows how to coach. And this workout just put me in a better mood. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. We got another 10 on the scoreboard, baby. All right, let's pick tomorrow's workout. Here we go. Tomorrow's workout is Fitness Blender. Wait, that is so fun. Fitness Blender, I feel like, was the first people I ever worked out with on YouTube, like doing free workouts. Unfortunately, it was during a time of my life where I would only choose things that burned the most amount of calories possible and made me feel like I was dying after, but we're in a better place now. All right, so tomorrow is some Fitness Blender. I'll do a little poking around tonight, give myself a few options based on how I'm feeling tomorrow, and we are gonna wrap up this video here. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of Vlogmas. I can't believe we're well over halfway through. Whew! Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.